Hey guys, it's Dawn again coming at you from my kitchen table here in Texas. I have a little newspaper article I want to read to you. I am going to try not to cry in reading this news article, but when my mom, my adoptive mom, my mom who taught me so much about love and the Father and how to operate in this life for Him regardless, when she passed away in 2010, my precious daddy, he and my mom were married for 51 years when Father took Mama. And so he couldn't go through her stuff. He just couldn't do it. So my brother and I got together and we went back home and we went through all of her stuff. And I was blessed to take her Bible. When I got home and I looked through her Bible, there was an article there, right smack dab in the middle of the Bible. It's Psalm 119, right smack dab in the middle. And it is an article that my dad remembered. And so I want to read it to you guys. It's about adoption. And it is a beautiful, beautiful view of adoption. And I want to read it to you today because I hope it encourages you, just like it did my mom and my dad and myself. But I got to put my spectacles on in order to read. So let me get my trifocals on to read it to you guys. Okay, this is actually a Dear Abby, a Dear Abby article from the newspaper. It's kind of long, so y'all hang with me. It says, Dear Abby, while cleaning out my attic yesterday, I found a letter that my daughter wrote to you years ago when she was 13. She was responding to a poem that had appeared in your column, Legacy of an Adopted Child. She was going through a very trying time and was being bullied because she was adopted. That makes me mad. And looked very different from her parents. My daughter is grown now and is a delightful, successful young woman. That poem helped her greatly. You can reprint it to others. And so here's Dear Abby's response. With pleasure. The poem is part of my keepsake booklet. I will do it. So here's the poem, Legacy of an Adopted Child. Author unknown. Once there were two women who never knew each other. One you do not remember, the other you call mother. Two different lives shaped to make yours one. One became your guiding star, the other became your sun. The first gave you life, and the second taught you how to live it. The first gave you a need for love, and the second was there to give it. One gave you a nationality, the other gave you a name. One gave you a seed of talent, the other gave you an aim. One gave you emotions, the other calmed your fears. One saw your first smile, the other dried your tears. One gave you up, it was all that she could do. The other prayed for a child, and God led her straight to you. And now you ask me through your tears the age-old question through the years, heredity or environment, which are you the product of? Neither, my darling, neither. Just two different kinds of love. You know, when I'm asked to talk about my adoption, which I love to talk about, I love to put it in this way. The way that my mom and dad raised my brother and I. We prayed for our birth mothers constantly before we even knew them. My mom and dad, it was not lost on my mom and dad, and it was not lost on us as we were being raised, that in order for our family to exist, meant heartbreak for another. That was never forgotten, and it was constantly remembered and celebrated with prayers, with edifying. My brother and I were raised with our birth mothers being referred to as our blessed vessels. Our birth mothers were called to get us here and give us certain attributes and characteristics. Our mom and our dad, my brother, our mom and our dad were called to take us the rest of the way. There was a calling on my birth mother's life that my mom could not have filled. There was a calling on my mama's life that my birth mother couldn't have filled. It wasn't what the Father had called for them with me. I know for a fact that adoption was plan A for me. This was the family I was called to, was the family that raised me. But it doesn't negate the fact of the pain experienced by the sacrificial relinquishment of my birth mother and birth mothers all around. Even though my birth mother did everything she could to end my life, she said there was still a ripping in her soul walking out of that hospital. So I just want to encourage you, as my mom would always remind my brother and I, could you love like that? Could you love like that to let go? Could you let go because of love? I pray for that kind of strength in order to sacrificially relinquish something that my body created, knowing that I couldn't take care of it. I pray for that kind of strength, and to be honest, I don't know if I have it. I can't say, yep, I have it. No, I don't. I haven't been put in that position. So it would be unfair for me to make a blanket statement and to just say that. But the special calling of a birth mother is a very high, painful calling. And I just want adoptive mothers out there and adopted children out there, adoptees, to realize that there was sacrifice in order for your family to exist where you're at and for your life to exist. Adoption is an option that everybody can benefit with. But yes, there is some pain. You know, I think it is in John 5:13. I think it is. Y'all check me out. No greater love than for one man to put his life down for another. Birth mothers' lives didn't end, but there was almost like a death, from what I understand, so that others could live. May we all learn to put our emotions aside and love like that. So let me bless you guys real quick. May Jehovah bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you. May he lift up his countenance to you and give you his shalom. And let me tell you guys, it is the glory of Jehovah to conceal a matter, and it is the honor of kings to search it out. So I pray you have a glorious day. I pray Dear Abby's articles blessed you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.